So I'm here again. This time I will show you how the validation works. No, it's not. Yeah, validations. So according to the requirements, I gotta have a try and catch in all the endpoints. So let's see all my endpoints. Okay, so let's see the endpoints for students. First of all, we'll show you the endpoints, well, the Swagger API. So let's go to delete all this information and just go straight forward to API docs. You'll see that I have this information, students and teachers, is like at school. So students get, put, delete, and so, and it's also the same for teachers. So let's go to controllers for students. For the get all students, I got a try and a catch. So here I will explain how the code works a little bit. So cons get all sync. Sorry. So let's continue. This time I think I won't be able to go from file to file. I'm using here the most important files. So, well, I was showing this a try and catch for all the endpoints. This time I'll be able only to show the endpoints for students, but there are endpoints for teachers also. So well, here are the endpoints for get all. So try, const, get a database, if so, result, await, collection, context, find. The result is gonna display an array, and yeah. Otherwise, if I can't get all this information, there is a catch, and the catch it will say internal server error. There is also okay, sorry again. This get. Yeah, I was in the catch, the message. There is also for get when students. This one was a little bit tricky because I struggled a lot. Cause all of this. Oh, sorry. This one. There we go. This one. So I actually forgot to add the number 0. But yeah, after I added, everything worked out. And there's a catch. There is also a try and catch for post, object, and delete. The one that I like the most because it was straightforward for me and I found it useful was here in the routes. Sorry. So here there's a schema validator. I think I'm still having internet. Let's see. I'm connecting to my phone. So if I click on model, I found information, or I was following also some other videos. And well, first of all, I would like to say that I'm using ES models, and well, I read that ES models is more updated than the normal Node.js or Express. So that's why. So import constant. This time because I didn't create information in a database, but creating information in my program and then submitted that information to a database. That's why I got this model. This is schema. So I name as a user schema. So for teachers and students. So that's why when I go to routers, no routers. That's for all the other thing. So when I go to routes, here I import all get single context data. I import all the things I'm gonna use, and finally we'll export the default route. So here is schema validator. Create a schema validator. This is basically like a regexp or regexp something like that. I learned that a couple months ago. So it's like a regexp, body name. If it is in the body, the name, if it's a string, it isn't a string, will display the message name must be string, and also if it is empty, will display the message is required. So why I'm doing this? Because in the model I'm setting that is required and the type of information, the type of enter that must be entered. So type string, type number, type string, type number, required yes, required true, required true, required true. So first I need to fulfill my schema model. So that's why I'm there in the students. I'm using this schema validator. So if it isn't an int, if it is empty, if it isn't email, if it's empty, if it isn't an integer, if it's empty, etc. And also, I found this Mongo ID validator parameter in Stack Overflow when I was doing this part of the project in the week 3, but in reality I was in the week 4 when I was doing it. So constant validator ID is equal to ID. Return parameter ID is Mongo ID. With the message, the ID, which is the ID that is being displayed, is not a valid MongoDB. This ID is the ID that the user types on. When the ID is different or doesn't fulfill with the ID which is in MongoDB, this message will pop up. And then the validator, const validator require res name, is when it's empty, it will show an error. And yep, and finally here, all these things, these validators, I'll be applied into the endpoints through the get ID validator first, the first filter, validator ID, validation, and then get single. This is the way I call from the order file. I'm calling the program in the order file. So yeah, thank you.